What's up, guys? It's Ben in Parts here. Welcome back to yet another episode of this podcast series where we break down cryptids, their sightings, their possibilities, what they could or couldn't be, and if they could be real or not. And first of all, I want to apologise for the fact that there haven't been so many episodes of this podcast of late. I am feeling sad, as in just really, really sad. I'm getting fat. I'm not feeling fulfilled in my life. I have a lot of high-functioning depression and anxiety and addiction problems, and I wish I could talk about what's making me sad. I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. So I'm just going to cope as I usually do and try and do things I enjoy. And today we're going to talk about the Wamp, another fascinating lumberjack cryptid / fearsome critter that was said to be around in the old American days. So what is the Wamp? Well, the Wamp is about the size of a raccoon, and it has a grey body shaped like a salt sack. It's got a hollow tail, and yes, it has a salt shaker at the end of it, an actual physical salt shaker, like it has the biological flesh and blood animal manifestation of a salt shaker. And you might think, well, does it actually use it like a salt shaker? Oh no, Ben. Please say it doesn't actually use it like a salt shaker. And the answer is yes, it does. The Wamp goes around shaking salt at the roots of trees every few miles, and deer love to lick this salt up. It then tells the other deer about it in their deery way of speaking. So the deer, according to the story, actually talk to each other about this salt and they find it amazing. And in turn, the deer track down Wamps, and this creates more deer in the area, which benefits hunters in their deer hunting. So the Wamp, this is very curious, because most animals fulfill a natural cycle of life in the sense that, you know, a gazelle is hunted by a lion and a rabbit is omnivorous and eats plants, and it's all a natural cycle of life based around animals. But the Wamp involves humans in the natural cycle of life because it brings deer along, and then the deer are killed by human hunters. So it's not like a lion eating a zebra, or, you know, in the prehistoric times, a raptor eating a small insect. No, the Wamp actually brings humans into the food chain. And Yarns of the Big Woods by Art Childs even has a story in this regard. I've never heard of a cryptid so archaic and so little known and so mysterious that it actually brings humans into the food chain. But there is a story about it in Yarns of the Big Woods by Art Childs. "How's the deer hunting this year?" asked the new arrival at camp importantly, as he leaned on his shiny new gun and looked proudly down at his well-pressed, unspotted hunting suit. The old guard looked over at him slowly before he drawled, pretty good, and I've seen the tracks of a Wamp around here lately too, and that means more deer than ever. Yes, sir." "The Wamp?" asked the newcomer politely. "Every deer hunter knows about the Wamp," replied the guide witheringly. "He's about the size of a coon, with a grey body, shaped like a salt sack, and a hollow tail with a salt shaker on the end of it." "A salt shaker?" replied the tenderfoot doubtfully. "Sure. Don't you know how crazy deer are about salt? Well, the Wamp goes round, shaking salt at the roots of trees every few miles, and the deer lick it up and run to tell their friends about it." The hunter looked at the guide thoughtfully, but the old woodsman with solemn face was looking out across the bronzed woods, as though any minute one of his weird animals might come slinking in between the tall trees, or peer at them from behind a flaming bush. So there you have it, the Wamp, a creature the size of a raccoon, with a grey body, shaped like a salt sack, a hollow tail filled with salt, and a literal biological flesh and blood salt shaker at the end of its tail. A creature that actually brings humans into the natural animal-like cycle of life. But what do you guys think? Do any of you know of this creature? Have any of you heard any folk tales from friends and family? Do you live in an area where tales have been passed down? Please drop those in the comment section below. It'd be amazing to read about them. Please leave me a suggestion for what animal you would like next on this Cryptid cast, and whether you'd like a short or long episode. And I will see you in whatever next episode I make.